Capricorn, as we step into October, something powerful is preparing to rise in your life. This isn't the usual story of discipline, responsibilities, or the steady climb you've mastered so well. It's deeper, more raw, and more personal. This month is holding up a mirror, and in that reflection are dark truths you've avoided, shadows you've silenced, and feelings you've buried. October is not here to scare you. It's here to reveal you. It's the moment when the universe whispers, "You're strong enough to face this now." And let me ask you, have you ever felt like no matter how much you achieve, there's still something unresolved pulling at your spirit? Then stay with me until the end, because this message is written for you. And if it resonates, don't keep it to yourself. Leave a comment below. Share your thoughts and connect with other Capricorns who are ready to face the same truths this October. Before we dive deep, if you find this video informative, make sure to subscribe my channel and hit the like button so you never miss more astrology content that helps you decode the secrets of the stars. Now, let's begin. This October, the planetary alignment isn't just stirring the surface of your life, it's digging deep into the very roots of your Capricorn energy. Imagine the universe holding a lantern and walking straight into the caves of your soul, illuminating corners you thought no one would ever see. Pluto's influence is heavy in your chart right now, and Pluto is never about comfort. It's the great excavator, the force that pulls up what has been buried for years, sometimes lifetimes. It doesn't ask for permission. It simply shines a light on what you've ignored, what you've hidden, and what you thought you had under control. With Pluto at work, you can expect old patterns, fears, and insecurities to resurface, not to haunt you, but to push you toward transformation. And then there's Saturn, your ruling planet, the great teacher, the taskmaster of the zodiac. Saturn has never been about shortcuts. It's about structure, discipline, and responsibility. It's the voice in your ear that says, work harder, stay focused, build stronger. For you, Capricorn, this has often been a source of strength. Saturn is the reason you can climb mountains that others wouldn't even dare to attempt. But here's the challenge. When Saturn's rigid, demanding energy meets Pluto's relentless transformation, something begins to shift inside you. It's as though Saturn is still trying to keep everything standing, but Pluto is whispering, let it collapse, let it die. What's meant to stay will survive, and what falls was never meant to be yours. This clash between Saturn and Pluto is exactly where October gets interesting. Because for you, Capricorn, the structures you've built, your identity, your career, your relationships, your routines, have been your armor. They've protected you from chaos and uncertainty. But this month, you start to see the cracks in those walls. And not just small cracks, fissures that reveal what's been festering behind them all along. You realize that some of the things you've worked so hard to build are no longer aligned with who you truly are. The very mask you've been wearing, the one that projects strength, control, and unshakable stability, starts to loosen and fall apart. And as the lunar energy peaks this month, especially around the full moon, those cracks don't just widen, they break open. Lunar energy is emotional, raw, and deeply intuitive. It pulls on the tides of your inner world, surfacing emotions you've pushed aside for far too long. Suddenly, the calm, composed Capricorn exterior can no longer hold back the storm within. October is not asking you to be perfect. It's not asking you to keep the mask on and pretend that everything is under control. Instead, this month demands confrontation. It asks you to sit with your fears, your insecurities, and your truth, even if that truth is uncomfortable. Because only by facing it can you free yourself from the weight of pretending. Let's talk about the first dark truth. Control. Capricorn, if there's one thing you've built your life around, it's the need to be in control. You thrive on order, on plans, on knowing where the next step of the staircase leads before you take it. You like to feel that your hard work and determination can shape your destiny, that if you stay disciplined enough, focused enough, strong enough, then nothing can pull the ground out from under you. Control for you is more than just a preference. It's the foundation you've built your identity upon. But here's the truth that October brings, and it's not an easy one to swallow. Much of that control has been an illusion. This month, the universe is pulling back the curtain and revealing just how fragile that illusion really is. Maybe you've carefully planned your career path, but suddenly a shift in leadership, a change in direction, or even an unexpected event shakes up your sense of stability. Maybe your relationships, whether romantic, family, or friendships, start to feel like shifting sands instead of solid ground. Conversations you thought were safe may take an unexpected turn, leaving you wondering if the trust you relied on is really there. These experiences may feel terrifying at first, almost like the world is conspiring to take away the very thing you cling to most. But in truth, they are not punishments. They are lessons. They are cosmic reminders that control was never the goal. The lesson is not about holding tighter to the reins, trying desperately to micromanage every detail of your life. The harder you try to grip, the more you'll find the rope slipping through your fingers. Instead, October is teaching you that true strength lies in adaptability, in trusting the flow of life, in learning to bend without breaking. Control is rigid, and rigidity eventually snaps under pressure. Flow, on the other hand, endures. And Capricorn, you are being asked to learn the difference. Picture the mountain goat, your zodiac symbol, climbing high on rocky cliffs. It doesn't ascend straight up in a neat, predictable line. The path is dangerous, uneven, unpredictable. And sometimes, yes, the rocks give way. The ground you trusted crumbles beneath you. But does the goat give up? Does it sit down and declare defeat? Never. It pauses, it rebalances, it looks for another foothold, another ledge, another way to keep moving forward. And that's exactly what you are being asked to do this month. When control slips away, when the path you've relied on begins to crumble, you'll be called to find new strength, new faith, and new ways of navigating life's climb. So instead of fearing the loss of control, see it as the universe's invitation to expand beyond your limits. The truth is, Capricorn, you were never meant to control every outcome. You were meant to master resilience. And in October, that resilience is the gift that will carry you higher than control ever could. The second dark truth is about success. Capricorn, if there's one word almost everyone associates with you, it's ambition. You are the climber of the zodiac, the one who sets your eyes on the summit and refuses to stop until you've planted your flag at the very top. You're driven, relentless, and disciplined in ways most people could never even imagine. To the outside world, this makes you admirable, inspiring, even intimidating. People look at you and see someone who has it all together, someone who doesn't get tired, someone who just keeps going no matter what. But October is asking you to pause and take a hard look at the truth hidden behind that image. At what cost are you chasing success? This month, the cracks begin to show. The endless grind, the late nights, the constant pressure you put on yourself, it all catches up. Many Capricorns will feel the weight of burnout pressing heavier than usual. And burnout, Capricorn, isn't just about being tired. It's about losing joy. It's about waking up in the morning and wondering why the things you once loved now feel like burdens. It's about achieving goals you once dreamed of, only to discover they don't satisfy you the way you thought they would. The mountain you're climbing starts to feel steeper, the air thinner, and the question echoing in your heart becomes impossible to ignore. Are you climbing this mountain because you truly want to, or because someone else told you that you should? October wants you to face this honestly. It's not about abandoning your dreams, it's about examining them. Are your goals truly yours, or are they inherited expectations, things your family, society, or your own inner critic told you were necessary to be successful? Money, titles, recognition, stability? Yes, these things have value, and there's no shame in desiring them. But when those very things start to feel like chains, when you find yourself constantly anxious about losing them or never having enough of them, then they've stopped being tools of growth and started being prisons. And you, Capricorn, were not born to live in chains. Imagine holding gold in your hand, watching it glitter in the sunlight. It feels powerful, important, like proof of everything you've worked for. But then, slowly, it begins to dissolve into sand, slipping through your fingers no matter how tightly you grip it. You try harder, you hold tighter, but the more you cling, the faster it fades away. That's the warning October brings. The success you've been holding on to might not be what you think it is. It may not be lasting or even real, not in the way your soul craves. And here's the deeper truth. Real success isn't about the mountain everyone else is climbing. Real success is about the mountain that belongs to you, the one that makes your soul expand, the one that brings you not just recognition, but fulfillment. October is asking you to step back, breathe, and look around. Are you on the right mountain, or are you exhausting yourself on someone else's path? Because no matter how high you climb, if it's the wrong mountain, the view from the top will never feel like victory. This month is your chance to reclaim your definition of success, to remind yourself that ambition isn't about proving yourself to others, it's about proving yourself to your own soul. Success isn't about chains, it's about freedom. And until you align your climb with your true purpose, that gold will keep turning to sand. But once you do, no one and nothing will ever be able to take it from you. Now let's dive into relationships, because this is where October gets intense. Scorpio's energy collides with Capricorn this month, and it reveals what's been hidden in your closest bonds. Secrets come to the surface. Feelings you or someone else have been suppressing may finally demand expression. A friendship might reveal a betrayal. A partner might open up about something they've been holding back. And for some Capricorns, this could mean facing the painful truth that certain bonds aren't as solid as you believed. It's not easy, but October doesn't bring these revelations to break you. It brings them to free you, to release what no longer serves you so that new, authentic connections can take root. The most challenging truth you'll face this month, Capricorn, is the truth about yourself. For so long, you've carried the weight of expectations, not just from others, but from yourself. You've worn the mask of strength, determination, and resilience, the one that tells the world, "I've got this under control." And to be fair, you've worn it well. People admire your discipline, your work ethic, and your ability to keep moving forward no matter how steep the climb. But October doesn't care about appearances. This month pulls you into a space where masks don't work anymore, where pretending doesn't help, where being the strong one isn't the answer. As the cosmic energy intensifies, you may find moments where the very identity you've built starts to feel heavy. The achievements you've stacked up like trophies might not bring the comfort you once thought they would. You might even feel like the ground beneath you is shaking, forcing you to pause and face the emotions you've buried for years. The fear of failure, the thought that you might lose everything you've worked for, could surface in unexpected ways. But what the universe is really asking is, what would happen if you stopped fighting so hard to prove yourself? October is stripping away the mask and showing you something raw, something vulnerable, and yes, that can feel terrifying. Vulnerability is not a language Capricorns speak easily. You're used to being the provider, the rock, the one others lean on. But this month, you may feel the urge to ask for support yourself, to admit that you're tired or even scared. And let me tell you, this isn't weakness. This is courage in its purest form. To stand in your truth without the armor of perfection is one of the bravest things you can do. Imagine standing before a mirror and watching the reflection crack. At first, it feels unsettling, even painful. You see glimpses of the parts of yourself you try to hide, the insecurities, the doubts, the moments of loneliness. But as the cracks spread, something else happens. The light begins to shine through. Suddenly, you realize that those flaws are not flaws at all. They are entry points for authenticity, for healing, for growth. October is offering you the chance to rebuild, not from the surface level of appearances, but from the core of who you really are. This month asks you to redefine strength. Strength isn't always about holding everything together or climbing higher when you're already exhausted. Sometimes, strength is admitting you need rest. Sometimes it's acknowledging your fear instead of hiding it. And sometimes it's choosing to let go of a battle that isn't yours to fight. The universe is showing you that your power lies not in the mask you've worn, but in the honesty you've avoided. This is the month where the confident mountain climber realizes that even the strongest need to stop, breathe, and be real. And in that realness, Capricorn, your true strength is born. Now, before you get lost in the heaviness of these truths, let's shift to the gift hidden within them. Because every dark truth, no matter how uncomfortable it feels in the moment, carries the seed of transformation. Think of it this way. The universe isn't trying to punish you, Capricorn. It's trying to wake you up, to peel back the layers you've been hiding under, and to show you what's real. And the beauty of October is that the same truths that sting are the ones that will ultimately free you. Facing your illusions of control will teach you something far more valuable than control itself. It will teach you trust. You'll begin to see that life doesn't have to be micromanaged, scheduled, or forced into submission. When a door closes, you'll stop panicking and start recognizing that maybe it wasn't your door to begin with. When a plan shifts, you'll notice that the detour often brings you to a destination better than the one you imagined. Learning to flow with life instead of against it doesn't weaken you. It makes you unshakable. Because when you're not clinging so hard, you're free to adapt, to bend without breaking, to discover strength in flexibility rather than rigidity. Redefining your definition of success may feel like losing ground at first, but what you're really doing is gaining your freedom back. Instead of climbing mountains other people built for you, chasing careers, goals, or lifestyles that were never truly yours, you'll start recognizing which mountains call to you. Success will stop being a performance and start becoming a personal truth. Maybe that means slowing down to protect your health. Maybe it means choosing a path that pays less but fills your soul more. The chains of status, recognition, and comparison begin to fall away. And what you're left with is clarity. You realize that success isn't about standing at the top of the tallest peak. It's about standing on the peak that feels like home. And then there are your relationships. Honest conversations will hurt at first. There's no way around that. When you strip away the masks and show your raw truth to others, some will walk away and that will sting. But here's the gift, the ones who stay. The ones who see your flaws and love you anyway. Those are the relationships that become unshakable. October clears the noise, Capricorn. It pushes away the shallow connections and leaves you with the kind of loyalty and intimacy that can only be built on truth. Imagine no longer having to pretend, no longer carrying the weight of always being the strong one. Imagine being seen fully, not just for what you do, but for who you are. That is the space where real love and friendship bloom, and perhaps the greatest gift of all, embracing your own vulnerability. For so long, you've thought of vulnerability as weakness, something to be hidden. But this month, you'll start to see it differently. Vulnerability is not the opposite of strength. It's the birthplace of it. When you allow yourself to feel, to admit when you're scared, to be honest about your limits, you unlock a deeper, softer, yet far more powerful version of yourself. It's like finding a well of courage inside you that you didn't even know existed. This is where your true resilience is born. Not in pretending you have no cracks, but in discovering how much light pours through those cracks when you stop covering them. This, Capricorn, is the real climb. The mountain you've been scaling all your life isn't just out there in the external world of work, success, and recognition. It's within you. It's the climb of self-discovery, of letting go, of redefining what matters, of learning to love yourself without the armor. And once you begin to climb that inner mountain, the outer world shifts too. Success becomes sweeter, relationships become deeper, and life finally starts to feel like yours. Think of it like this. The goat that struggles up the rocky slopes eventually transforms into the shining constellation, glowing across the night sky. Every challenge, every stumble, every ounce of effort has been carving you into something far greater than you realize. You are not just climbing toward success, Capricorn. You are becoming success itself. This October is your fire. It strips away the chains of fear, doubt, and outdated ambitions. It burns down what no longer serves you, old habits, false control, illusions of perfection, so that you can rise renewed, like a phoenix emerging from cosmic ashes. And while the flames may feel overwhelming, remember, they aren't here to destroy you. They're here to reveal the truth of who you really are. The very parts of you that frighten you, the cracks, the shadows, the quiet fears you hide, are where your deepest strength has been waiting. October pushes you to face them, not to weaken you, but to show you the raw, unstoppable power that lives inside you. This is the real climb, Capricorn. Not just scaling mountains out in the world, but conquering the one within. So don't resist the transformation. Step into it. This month, you're not just reaching for the stars. You are becoming one. Eternal, luminous, unshakable. Capricorn, October is your turning point. Don't run from the shadows. They are not your enemies. They are the teachers of your soul. Lean into the transformation. Journal your realizations. Sit with the discomfort. Let yourself evolve. Because the truth isn't here to destroy you. It's here to set you free. And if this message resonates with you, don't just hold it inside. Share it. Share it with another Capricorn who needs to hear that they're not breaking, they're awakening. Leave a comment below about the truth you're ready to face this October, and know that you're not alone on this journey. And of course, subscribe if you want more guidance on the cosmic movements shaping your destiny, because trust me, the stars are not finished with you yet. This is just the beginning of your awakening.